Hello there. Good evening to each and everyone watching Charlie around the globe. My name is Lord Kaliba, and as you know, it's Saturday evening like this. Charlie is all about health, 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 health. This is a One Life GA television production. We are streaming live on Facebook, and Charlie, as we promised, God willing, inshallah, alhamdulillah, by the grace of the Almighty and our ancestors, Charlie, we have the great personality with us today to educate us on a very important subject. Usually, when we are taking pictures, you would hear a photographer say cheese. And when they say cheese, there is only one part of your human body that they want you to show your teeth, right? So today we are going to talk about our teeth, oral health. We have a dental doctor here to help us, educate us, and show us the do's, the don'ts, clear some misconceptions, and help us upgrade our mindset about our teeth. Welcome, Doc.
Thank you, Ma. Thank you. I'm glad to be
Yes,
here. I'm glad to be here.
yes. So please just introduce yourself. Let's know who you are, and let's rock and roll.
Okay. Thank you very much, Ma. So my name is Dr. Richmond Owusu, but in Takrade, everybody knows me as Dr. O.
Dr.
Maybe once
O.
you're outside, yes. Once you're outside in
Wow.
Takrade, if you say Dr. Richmond, most people will not know me, but once you mention Dr. O, I mean, a lot of people
Oh,
they should be able to figure me out in Takrade. Yes. So
right.
that's my name. Actually, I'm from Ashanti region, but now Tadi is home. Tadi is my new home. I've been here for some time now, a couple of years. So
Wow.
let me give you a little background of my educational whatever. So I did
Sure.
my secondary school back in Ashanti region, Opokuwari School in Ashanti region in Kumasi. And right after that, I left the country. I went to the US and I did my undergrad in William Patterson University, which is in New Jersey. And then right after that, I got admission to dental school at Howard University in DC. And right after that, I did my residency in Montefiore, which is in New York. And then since home is home, of course, some of us we decided to come back home, just to impart on, just to give back to the society, whatever we learned back there. So now we are back home fully practicing here, and we are trying to help just to
Right.
bring the oral awareness to the people. Because honestly, man, when it comes to oral health, the awareness, I mean, we are lacking back home. We are lacking. I mean, most people don't know
Wow.
what to yes. Most people don't know what to do when it comes to oral health issues. Yes. The
And it's
sad thing
very
is, anytime
important.
that there's an issue, oral health, the first thing that clicks or comes to people's mind is extraction, which is removing the tooth. But see,
Hmm.
dentistry is not all about extraction. Nah, not at all. So today we're just going to talk a little bit about the awareness in the oral hygiene, oral health. Yes. And it's going to be fun. I promise it's going to be fun.
Yes, it's gonna be fun because Charlie, I got my brush ready to learn all that I need to learn. To go back to the basics if I'm missing anything out, to learn how to properly clean my teeth. Because Charlie, from day one till now, we didn't go to the school to learn how to clean this important structure that we carry in
Right,
our mouth.
right.
So, John, let's start from scratch. A
Sure.
baby is born, and
So,
up to a point in the child growth, we see some white color structures start to develop in the mouth of the human being. School us about it. What is the importance of this structure at all?
okay. So basically, I like where you started, but I want to just twist a little bit, just change a little bit, because I want
Okay,
because most people don't know exactly what oral health is all about.
it's all
So we'll
about,
get
right?
to so we'll get to this question that you asked me, but I'm not there yet.
Okay,
So let me start from scratch so that so there's a quote that I love. There's a quote, a popular quote by Dr. Jeff Quote, and I'm going to just say it right
Dr.
now.
Jeffrey.
It's really important to me. Anytime I give a talk show, that's the first quote that I have to just talk about. I have to just give it out. So Dr. Jeff Quote said, "It is time for us not to think of our mouth as somehow disconnected from the rest of our bodies." I'm going to repeat it again. It is time for us not to think of our mouths as somehow disconnected from the rest of our bodies.
Our body.
The same
Wow.
blood flows through them. The same nerves go to them. So to have a healthy body, you need a healthy mouth. So basically, what Dr. Jeff Code is trying to say is that most people tend to ignore the oral cavity from the neck up. Most people tend to ignore it, especially, the mouth. We can take care of our body from neck down, our system. Once we are sick, we go straight to the hospital just to get healthcare or whatever it is. But when it comes to taking care of our mouth, most people tend to ignore that part. But see, what we are lacking or what we don't know is that the same blood that we feel through our body, the lower part, the same blood that flows through our mouth. The same nerve that flows through our body, the same nerves that flows through or goes through the mouth. So let's say if I pinch you right now, if I pinch you, of course you feel pain because you have nerves, sensory nerves running through it. The same happens in our mouth. If I hit your teeth, of course you feel the pain because there are nerves and blood vessels in your teeth or in your tooth. So now it's time that people start thinking, of course, okay, blood flow that we have in our body, we have the same blood flow in our mouth. And the same nerves that flows through our body, we have the same nerves in there too. So the word is that to have a healthy body, of course, you need a healthy mouth. Yes. Now, jumping in, somebody will ask, what is oral health? So basically, oral health refers to the health of the teeth, the gums, and the entire orofacial structures. I'm going to repeat it again. So oral health refers to the health of the teeth, the gums, and the orofacial system that allows us to be able to smile, to talk, and for facial appearances. Because honestly, if you don't have teeth in your mouth, I'm telling you, you can't smile, you can't talk, and you can't chew. If you're a human being, exactly. If you're a human being on earth and you can't chew, then you have a problem. You have a big problem. Sure. There's no way you can survive. Exactly. So basically, I'm going to repeat it again. Oral health refers to the health of the teeth, the gums, and the orofacial systems that allows us to smile, to talk, and to chew. Yes.
Wow.
Now, how can you achieve oral health, like good oral health?
Sure.
Now, to achieve good oral health, we have to practice good oral hygiene. To achieve good oral health, we have to practice good oral hygiene. Exactly. And somebody will ask, so what is oral hygiene?
What is oral hygiene?
Yes. Basically, oral hygiene is the practice of keeping one's mouth clean and free from disease and other problems by doing regular brushing of the teeth and cleaning between the teeth. Now, let me take it again. Oral hygiene is the practice of keeping one's mouth clean and free from diseases and other problems. So basically, that's oral hygiene. Okay. Wow. Now, once I'm moving on, if there's any question, you can pause me and then you can ask so that
you are moving smoothly. That's why I've just given you the space.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Now, moving forward, importance of good oral hygiene. Importance of good oral hygiene. Now, once we practice good oral hygiene, what's going to happen? Of course, most people, like I said, back here in our country, some people are not lucky to get good oral education. Let me say it like that, because we are lacking when it comes to that flow. So once you get education or the awareness and you go through good oral hygiene, what's going to happen? So what's the importance of oral hygiene? Good oral hygiene. One, there's something called prevention is better than cure, meaning once you practice good oral hygiene, you are able to save a whole lot of money. Why am I saying that? Because once you practice good oral hygiene, that means you are preventing something from happening. Let's say cavities, gum diseases, all that. So once you are able to prevent that, that means you have any issues or no issues will come about that you have to spend a lot of money to go and solve that issue. There will be nothing like that. So that's the first step. There's something here. I wish I can. Just a minute.
Yeah, so as Doc is going through to show us what he has for us, you are watching Let's Talk Health. It's a Saturday night, and we are learning about oral hygiene. And Charlie, we are really learning a lot, even from the intro that he is giving us. Our guest today is Dr. Richmond Owusu, aka Dr. O. He's a dental doctor. He operates here in the Western region at Glado Dental Clinic. If you need any dental services, I entreat you to check him out and have all your best care from Doc. Doc, if you're ready.
Okay. So, like I was saying, talking about the importance of good oral hygiene. Now, like I started from earlier, I said prevention is always better than cure.
Cure, yeah.
Now, good oral hygiene habits will keep away most of the dental problems that will let us just spend a lot of money to save those problems. I mean, most people don't know, but when it comes to dentistry, because it's a specialized form of medicine, it's really, really, really expensive. But see, this side of the world, most people don't see it like that. But in the West, dental is really expensive. So for you to prevent, spending a huge amount of money in solving issues like that, then one have to practice good oral hygiene. Okay.
Very important.
At the same time, exactly. At the same time, good oral health is important to your overall well-being. Now, most people don't know this, but if you don't keep your oral hygiene on point, of course, you have the way of affecting your whole system. Most people can get even heart diseases from not having good oral hygiene. The research is there. Most people
would really come to that point because it is something very important to me. Once I heard it and I was like, really? So let's wait and get to that point so that you can really highlight on that key point for us.
So another importance of good oral hygiene, of course, your teeth are important for chewing, like I said earlier, for talking and appearance. If you don't have teeth, you can't chew. If you don't have teeth, you can't talk properly. I don't know if you encountered or you met people without teeth. I'm talking about old people back in the days. Once you meet them, of course, they talk funny. And once they talk, it doesn't come out right. Because, of course, they are missing some teeth. Exactly.
So, sure.
And then the appearance. Now, once you lose or once you miss some teeth, of course, your facial, like I'm talking about facially, once somebody looks at you, of course, there's a deformity. Your whole jaw, your cheek jaws kind of just drop in. And it makes you look old. And honestly, once you, I don't know if you met people, once you are missing a whole lot of teeth, it makes you look a little older because, of course, your bone is just digging in because there's nothing there to hold on to your cheeks.
Right.
So that's it. From there, how can we maintain good oral hygiene? By maintaining good oral hygiene, by maintaining good oral hygiene, what's going to happen if you maintain good oral hygiene? And this is really, really important to me because most people don't know. Okay, somebody will say, okay, doc, so if I keep good oral hygiene or if I practice good oral hygiene, what's going to happen? So one, you prevent dental caries, which is dental cavities. Of course, if you don't have good oral hygiene, the possibility of you having dental caries, which are cavities, is high. Okay. 2, gingivitis, which is the inflammation of the gums. If you don't keep good oral hygiene, of course, your gums get inflamed so easily. Your gums get inflamed so easily if you don't keep good oral hygiene. So that's the second. The first one, dental caries, if you don't keep good oral hygiene, which are cavities, holes in your teeth. Cavities, yes. Second one is gingivitis, which is the inflammation of the gum. Okay. Third one, periodontitis, which is the inflammation of the tissues around the tooth or the teeth. Inflammation of the tissues around the teeth, which is periodontitis. And that one is scary. Now, you mind if I say scary? Once you get
the word again, sir. The word again. The word again.
Periodontitis. Yes.
Periodontitis.
So the
Okay.
first one is gingivitis, and then
Gingivitis.
periodontitis.
Okay.
So
They're all inflammation.
So the periodontitis is the inflammation of the tissues around the tooth or the teeth. Inflammation of the tissues or the issues around the teeth. Once you get inflammation like that, once you get to that level, which is the periodontitis, your gums become so weak that as soon as you touch it, blood will start oozing out. Your gums around the teeth will start receding. If you say your gums are receding, meaning the gum level is just decreasing. The gum that surrounds the tooth is decreasing. Okay. 3, if you get periodontitis, your tooth or your teeth becomes mobile because the bone which is holding the teeth is reducing. So once the bone is reduced, and we know it's the bone that holds the teeth in place. So once the bone level decreases, now your teeth become mobile. Wow. So periodontitis is really a serious issue. Serious issue if you don't keep good oral hygiene. The last one on the list is halitosis, which is bad breath. So of course, we all know that if you don't keep good oral hygiene, of course, the possibility of you having bad breath is high.
Sentinel.
Exactly. Imagine, going for a meeting or meeting your friends for a minute, something like that, and then as soon as you open your mouth, of course, everybody's trying to hide their face because, of course, they can't stand the smell coming out, and that's a terrible issue. I mean, that's you can't go to places. I mean, you can't have conversations because as soon as you open your mouth, of course, boom, people will start hiding their face, just because they can't breathe right, because the thing is just hitting them. That's halitosis. So these are some if you maintain good oral hygiene, you are able to just prevent all these things. You're able to prevent all these things. Now, moving forward, somebody will say, so, Doc, what are the steps in maintaining good oral hygiene?
Exactly,
What are the steps in maintaining good oral hygiene? Now, I'm going to take you through some steps, and then, this is really a good one. Okay. So the first thing on the list is brushing your teeth. Brushing your teeth. Second, now let me go through, and then we'll take one after the other and just, talk about them. Just talk about them. So the basic steps for maintaining oral hygiene: 1, brushing your teeth. 2, flossing regularly. 3, proper diet. 4,
proper diet.
Rinsing. Yes, proper diet.
Wow.
4, rinsing your mouth. 5, regular dental checkups. Regular dental checkups. And let me repeat these steps again. So 1, brushing your teeth. 2, flossing regularly. 3, proper diet. 4, rinsing your mouth. And then the last one on the list, regular dental checkups. Now we're just going to take one after the other and just talk about these things. Let's talk about them. So brushing. Now it's always appropriate for everybody to brush twice a day.
Two times a day.
2 times a day. So morning, once you get up from bed, of course, you have to brush. And then before you go to bed, you have to brush. Now somebody will ask, Doc, so why do I even have to brush my teeth? Okay. Now once you get up in the morning and you scrape the surface of your teeth, there's this soft, creamy, whitish thing that you see.
Exactly. A plaque.
It's called plaque. Yes, plaque.
Ooh.
So let me say it again. So once you get up in the morning and you scrape the surface of your teeth, there's this creamy thing, whitish creamy substance that you see. I mean, you can just feel it. And they are soft.
Right.
And they are called plaque. So plaque is formed once you finish eating. Plaque comes about. It's a sticky film that coats around the teeth. Sticky film that coats around the teeth. So this plaque is formed when starchy and sugary foods mix with the bacteria in our mouth.
When
So
starchy and sugary foods mix with bacteria
bacteria in our mouth, yes.
in our
That's where we
mouths,
get this plaque. So
the
the
plaque.
plaque contains bacteria. I hope I'm clear.
Very much clear, sir.
Okay, I'm going to repeat it again. So this plaque is formed from starchy or sugary foods that mixed with bacteria in our mouth. So this plaque contains bacteria. Okay. So once this plaque is not properly cleaned up and it keeps building up, after a couple of days or weeks, this soft plaque that coats around the surface of our teeth changes from plaque to something called calculus, which is hard.
Calculus, okay.
Calculus. We used to call it tartar back in the days, but now we call it calculus.
Okay.
Now let me take it again. If this plaque, which is soft, is not properly cleaned off and it keeps building up, after a couple of days or weeks, this plaque, which is soft, turns into a hard substance called calculus. So once this calculus is formed, toothbrush can never get rid of it.
Wow.
Once this calculus is formed, toothbrush can never get rid of it. I don't know if sometimes you go out, you meet friends, once you're talking to them, you see that they have this yellowish, greenish thing stuck in between their teeth. That's calculus. And calculus, toothbrush can never get rid of it unless you see a professional dentist for them to clean it off. Okay. Now, on the same brushing, it's always appropriate or better to use toothpaste that contains fluoride. Why am I saying this? Because for me, I keep telling my patients that, look, if I go out there to buy toothpaste, and I read the ingredients, and I don't see fluoride in there, I won't buy it, I won't use it. And if I won't use it, I won't let my patients use it. Why am I saying this? Fluoride is the main ingredient. That's the main ingredient in toothpaste that protects our teeth from getting cavities. Now, sometimes you hear people saying that, Doc, but I heard that they said if you take fluoride, it's all that. Yes.
For the brain and all that.
Too much of everything is bad. That's why the amount of fluoride in the toothpaste is calculated. I mean, there's the right amount that they put in there. So anybody who will tell you that, toothpaste that contains fluoride is bad, tell them that Dr. O said they are lying.
Wow.
Because we
fluoride is not bad
in there. Now, it's just sad that this part of the world, I don't know if the water that we drink, of course, in the West, of course, the water that they take, of course, they have fluoride in there. It's an amount of fluoride that they add to the water that they drink, just to prevent, of course, cavities. Yes. Now, moving from toothpaste, let's talk about how to brush properly. Now, the sad thing is,
Doc, let me ask you this question before you go to the brushing procedure. Yes, we know in the olden days, we used to use the plantain head and a charcoal to clean our teeth. Now, this, I don't know if it was advertised against or we were discouraged along the line. My question to you is that, was it a good practice? And are there any chemicals within the plantain and the charcoal that is good for the oral cavity?
Beautiful question. I mean, it's perfect. It's good. Now, to tell you, in the West now, if you go to their shops, they have these plantain things sitting out there. Now, in the West, people are selling these things.
Wow.
Now, let me give you a typical example. let me give you a typical example. Now, if you go to the supermarkets, they
Yeah,
have toothpaste that comes with charcoal in there.
that's
They
very
have
true.
toothpaste that comes with charcoal. Of course, there's an ingredient in charcoal that's good for our teeth, and it makes it even wider. Yes. So see, back in the days, our grannies and grandpas, of course, they had this thing, and it was really good. It was good. It was good. Because I remember people keep asking me this same question, and I knew it was coming out.
Yeah.
Yes. So to answer your question, yes, it's really good. It's really good. Yes,
So
it
as we
is.
use the regular toothpaste, is it advisable to also use the old method of using the plantain head, beaten mashed plantain head and the charcoal?
No, it's beautiful. But my thing is, I keep telling people that as long as you floss, I mean, you will get there. You can use the
Okay,
chocolate, you can use the chocolate, the plantain thing, fine. But as long as you are flossing, perfect. Perfect. Yes.
okay. All right. So now you are about to go to the flossing, I guess.
No, the brushing. No, we are not there yet. Flossing is
The
not
brushing,
yet.
okay. So we are still on the brush.
Yes, yes. Now, toothbrushing.
Okay.
Now in the morning, most people stand in the mirror. I mean, just boom, 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 and they are done. Most people don't really know what they are doing. So somebody will come to the clinic for cleaning, and then they'll come back in a couple of months, like 2, 3 months, and of course, you see calculus all over again. Anytime I see that, I can tell that the patient is not doing proper cleaning. Because if you are doing
Hmm.
proper cleaning, it will take you some time for you to see calculus and plus coming back again.
Build up.
I mean, somebody will not even come for cleaning for 2 years, and once they come, you only see that they are plugs, but they are cleaning well, they are brushing properly. Now, to do proper brushing, where's my
Yes,
toothbrush? I had a
as Doc
toothbrush
is
here.
getting his props, I encourage you, if you're watching this program, try and share it, connect to people so that they can also join us and learn from this amazing doctor who is really enlightening us about oral cavity. Our guest today is Dr. Richmond Owusu, aka Dr. O of Glado Dental Clinic. He's here in the Western region. I recommend him for you, the number one dental clinic center here in the Western region. My name is Lord Caliber, and you are watching Let's Talk Health. And today, our subject topic is oral hygiene. Doc, over to you if you're ready.
Yes. So now we're talking about brushing. Now, this is the trick. When brushing, you always have to hold the toothbrush at a 45 degrees angle. If I say 45 degrees angle,
45 degrees angle.
yes, I wish I had my toothbrush here.
Am I right?
Yes. So what happens
Is
is,
my position right?
yeah. Now I want to show you something. Can I get my toothbrush quick? Can I?
Okay.
Just a minute.
All right. All
Just
right. Yes. 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 All right, sir. All right, so Charlie, we are having an amazing time with Dr. Richmond Owusu, who is going to teach us how to brush our teeth well. Charlie, we are now grown with beards and all that. Some are growing out, and hey, who knows? This might be the first time that you would really be learning how to really clean your teeth very well. My name is Lord Caliber, and this is a One Life GA television production. We are talking about oral hygiene today. We asked Doc about the old traditional method of using the plantain head and the charcoal, and Doc said, Charlie, it is good and it's healthy to go that way. Doc is now back, and he's going to help us to learn the proper way, the proper method to brush our teeth. Maybe we've been doing this wrong for 30, 40 years, but inshallah, God willing, today we'll be on track. Doc,
okay.
my brush is ready
So
as yours.
basically, sure. So basically, like I said, you hold the toothbrush at a 45 degrees angle. Once you get that, I don't know if you guys can see properly here. Now, this is how you see how I've tilted the bristles of the toothbrush, and it sits at
Okay,
where the gum level is, where the gum level is. So 45
right.
degrees angle, and it's hit it at the gum level. So what's going to happen is from there,
Can you please raise it up a bit? Bring the structure up a bit. Yes, good. Right, it's okay.
So this is what the gum is. Is that okay?
Yes, right there. It's good.
So right, once you get at that angle where the gum hits the tooth, then you go with a circular motion.
Circular motion.
Circular motion, yes. Circular, like that. Now, most people like going back and forth, like that, just, going, no. Because the reason why you have to go circular motion, if you go with this direction, back and forth, now what's going to happen is the first layer of the tooth, you're going to wear the first layer of the tooth off. That means you are just kind of cleaning, dragging it away. So sometimes patients will come to the clinic and once you do the checkup, see that where the gum meets the tooth is caving in because, of course, the way they brush and the aggressiveness, the back and forth. But once you go with the circular motion, of course, that means it's a gentle circular motion. So anything exactly. There you go. Beautiful. So with this, there's no way that the gums
we've been killing ourselves. So.
Exactly.
Circling
So the circular motion. Once you finish those surfaces, then you go to the chewing surfaces. Now, if I say the chewing surfaces, this is the chewing surfaces. And then, of course, for that one, you don't have to do circular motion. I mean, just straight up with the on top of it. That's it. Beautiful. And then after that, you go inside. If I say inside the tooth, the inside areas, same thing. Inside the areas all around. Now, most people tend not to clean the inside of their teeth. I mean, they do the biting and occlusal surfaces, and then the outside, and they tend to ignore the inside.
The inside layer.
Exactly. So you go all the way. Now, most people, once they do all this, they rinse their mouth, they think they are done. But no, that's a big error. That's a big error. Why am I saying this? Most people tend not to clean the most important part of the mouth, which is the tongue. And to tell you with fact, the tongue contains a lot of bacteria. If you want to know exactly the part of our bodies that contains some bacteria, talking about the tongue, there's a lot of bacteria still on there. It's always, once you finish brushing your teeth, the next step is you have to take time to brush properly, to brush your tongue properly, so that all the debris, the food debris stuck on there will just come out. Because halitosis, the major cause of halitosis is from people not cleaning their tongues. That can cause a lot of bad breath. Yes. So cleaning of the tongue is really, really.
Let me ask you this question, please. Now,
sure.
You keep repeating bacteria. Now, let's do a little bit of adult education. A man and a woman get up from bed in the morning. They are married, and they kiss themselves before brushing their teeth. When they exchange saliva, is there any cause of alarm to trigger any bacterial release that might cause any harmful effects just from that?
Okay, good question. So now my question to you before I answer that is that these two couples we are talking about, they brush their teeth the night before going to bed or not?
No, they didn't. On the usual.
They did not. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, fine. So of course, the tendency of you crossing bacteria, of course, is high. I mean, of course. Let's say these couples, of course, their couples are right, but one might have dental problem. I'm talking about periodontitis or something like that. Their gums might be bleeding and all that. So if they are not well protected, or if their system, they have in the whatever it is, STDs or whatever it is, in this, of course, they can easily transfer it to their partner, just like that, by mere fact of their kissing. Yes. If they don't have healthy gums and then they bleed, I mean, the gums are bleeding, of course, the probability of one couple, I mean, transferring bad bacteria or whatever it is from one's mouth to the other person is high. It's high. Yes. So of course,
Wow.
that's why we said, of course, somebody can say that, okay, so can we share a toothbrush? Can I use my sister's toothbrush? Of course you can. Because let's say you and your sister, or if you have something in your mouth, of course, and use your toothbrush, of course,
Yeah.
once your gums are bleeding, of course, you can easily transfer whatever you have to your sister or to whoever is using
Your sister,
the
right.
same toothbrush as you. Yeah.
Okay. So to all those watching us, if you have any questions for Doc, send them in. Let him answer your questions for you. If you have any experience that you want to also share, send in your comment, Charlie. I'm learning so much. I'm learning so much. I'm having gray hairs now, but I'm learning things that I think I should have learned from 30 years ago. But by Doc's grace, Charlie, we are learning. So, Doc, let's are we now done with the brushing?
Brushing? No, we are still on brushing. We are still
Okay,
on
so
brushing.
let's finish with the
So,
brushing then.
okay. So brushing, somebody will ask you, Doc, so how long should we take to brush our teeth? I mean, you only need 2 minutes to brush your teeth. Just 2 minutes. You don't need 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 2 minutes. But like I said, you have to brush twice a day, morning and
Right.
then before you go to bed. Yes. Next one about brushing. Of course, like I said earlier, once you brush, try to brush your gums and then your tongue. It's really, really important. Okay. And one particular thing that's close to my heart, don't brush too aggressively. Don't brush
Don't
too
brush too
aggressively.
aggressively.
Exactly. Sometimes you see people brushing and then the way, like, they think the brushing will just change the color of your teeth. No. I mean, your color, the shade of your tooth or your teeth can never change. That's your natural shade. So it
I
doesn't
know
matter
some people
how
like
hard
that.
you brush your teeth. Exactly. It can't change. So what happens is once you brush aggressively like that, some things are happening. One, you get receding gums. The gums around your
Oh,
teeth will get receded. Two, the first layer of the tooth will just be wearing off. And once that first layer is gone, of course, the second layer, which is the dentin, of course, that's where sensory nerves are. So sometimes people say, oh, Doc, anytime I drink cold water, it's sensitive. Yes, it's sensitive because you are brushing too aggressively, and then the first layer of the tooth is wearing away. And then the second layer
wow.
where the nerve starts. So once that layer is exposed, yes, even once air goes over it, you can feel the sensitivity. Because people, I mean, that brushing aggressively, that's what can cause. So, I mean, if you don't know that today, please take it from me. Don't brush aggressively. Gentle strokes will do. Because like I said, the plaque is a soft substance. So you don't need that aggressiveness, that hard brushing to get rid of the plaque. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So now we
Doc,
are
what
done with
about the brush that we use? Are there types, or are there types that you would recommend? There's an old
Okay.
brush. Yes. So
Sure.
are there types we should look out for?
Exactly. I was getting there. So this is what happens. We have 3 types of toothbrushes. I mean, honestly,
Three
the
types.
first type is not 3 types. The first type is not supposed to be in the system. I don't know why it's in the system. So please don't ask me. So we had hard bristles toothbrush, medium
Okay.
bristles, and then we have soft bristles toothbrush. So we have the hard
Okay.
one, the
Hard,
medium one,
the
and the
medium,
soft one.
and the soft. Okay.
Hard bristles are dangerous. Hard bristles
Hard bristles.
are dangerous. Yeah, the hard bristles one, the toothbrush with the hard bristles. I mean, you can feel that they are so hard. I mean, and I think there are some in market. I think they call it a smoker's brush or something like that. Yes, you don't need that because that one can mess you up big time. I mean, like I said, it can cause gum recession, and then it can cause wearing of the enamel layer, which is the first layer of the tooth. So hard bristles toothbrush is a big no-no.
It's a no-no.
Now you can use, it's a big no-no. You can use the
Okay.
medium bristles or the soft bristles, which is perfect. Perfect. Now somebody will ask, Doc, so how long should we use our toothbrush? Now you can use a toothbrush for only 3 months. After 3 months, you have to dispose it and just get a new one. So you can use it for 3 months. After 3 months, you have to dispose it and then get a new one. Well, there's a twist here. Let's say you're using your toothbrush, and then after a month and a half, you see that the bristles are flared like that. Look at this one. You see how the bristles are all over the place?
Yes, yes.
Once you see that it's open like that, that means the toothbrush is no good. Even though it's not 3 months yet for you to change it, once you see that the bristles are flaring away like that, you have to change the toothbrush. Because once you keep using it, anything to the tooth, the plaques will not clean up properly.
Wow.
So let me repeat it again. We're supposed to change our toothbrush every 3 months. Yes. But if you see that the bristles are opening up, meaning the bristles that, then you have to change the toothbrush. You don't have to wait for the 3 months duration. You have to buy a new one. Exactly.
Wow.
Yes. Okay. Any questions before we move to
yes, Doc. So, Doc, can we touch as we are on the brushing, that very key point you made, the connection of bad oral health to heart problems. Is it the same in conjunction with the bacteria that will end up causing the person to have heart-related issues?
Exactly. Because, of course, like I said, we have good flora bacteria. This is a good flora, meaning bacteria that are good. We have bacteria that are not good for us. So, of course, in our mouth, we have those inside. Those in our mouth. So, if you're somebody who does not, you don't take care of your mouth, I'm talking about oral hygiene. If you don't keep your mouth healthy, the possibility of you transferring these bad bacteria down your system is high. And that's what can cause even some heart diseases.
Wow.
There's something called endocarditis, which is the inflammation of the heart. You have bacteria that can cause that. Some bad bacteria that once they leave your system, your mouth, oral cavity, goes down your heart system, of course, they can cause inflammation of that. So that's why we always point out, of course, people should just, their oral health should be, oral hygiene should be on point. Yes.
That's
there's
serious.
a research. Yes. There's a research that shows that, of course, those bacteria can cause inflammation of the heart, which is bad. So endocarditis, which is not good. Yes.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
So flossing.
Then we move to flossing.
Flossing. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Now, why do we even floss? Now, we're supposed to floss regularly. I know most people don't like flossing because it's tiring sometimes. Feel like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. Let me, and I understand. So I keep telling my patients that, look, I know most people don't like flossing, but if you can do it even 3 times a week, you'll be on point. If you can do it at least 3 times a week, you'll be on. Your teeth, oral health will be on point. Now, why do we floss? And this is the catchy thing here. You know the toothbrush that we use. The toothbrush cannot get to every portion or every corner of your teeth or your mouth. Of course, sometimes you brush you do your brushing and everything. But the toothbrush cannot get to every position or every side of the teeth. So those areas that the toothbrush cannot get into, that's where the flossing comes in. So imagine after eating and then you get a food debris just get stuck in between your teeth. Somewhere, a place that the toothbrush cannot get into. How are you going to get rid of that debris or that food stuck in between? How are you going to get rid of it? Because sometimes you see most people using toothpick just to pluck all these things out.
Yeah.
Toothpick is deadly. Toothpick
is deadly.
Is deadly. Toothpick is deadly. Now, let me give you a scenario. Let me give you a typical scenario. Let's say anytime that you eat, you have food stuck in between your teeth like that. Like this is space. So anytime you eat, food gets stuck here, right? And then you pick your toothpick and then you go in there, in and out, in and out, in and out like that all the time for a long time. So this space that used to look like that, with time, because you keep going on in and out with a toothpick, with time, that space will widens up, will open up, it becomes bigger. At the same time, the gum over there, once you keep poking it, the gum over there will recede. So recession will happen to the gum. That's what we call gum receding gums or recession of the gum. So two things going to happen. The space which used to look like that will open up bigger. The space becomes bigger. At the same time, the gum over there will just keep receding because you are poking all the time with a toothpick. You're poking all the time with a toothpick. So toothpick is really, really, really dangerous. Really, really, really dangerous. Yes. So
but it really comes handy. So meaning there is no way one should ever use toothpick as a tool for
not at all.
oral
Not at
work.
all. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Because it's really not good. Because it's dangerous. It's really dangerous. Now, most people might not even know what a floss is. So this is a floss. So a floss is a thread. It's a specialized thread. I'm going to take a piece. So this is a floss here. Now, the one that you showed me, of course, that's a floss, but yes, that one.
It's also problematic.
Travelers. Exactly. So that one is for travelers per se. And for me, I don't like that one because it don't get the work done properly like the thread one. The thread one is really, really on point. I mean, this one, the one you're holding is okay. Once you're traveling here and there, of course, it's okay. But see, the one you're holding, it can't go all the way to the back.
Okay. Is it good to use this part too? As you made mention of the toothpick, there is this component.
That's what I was about to say. Because this thing works just like the toothpick. So once you keep poking in, poking out, of course, the same thing going to happen with that. Yes.
Right.
So it's really not good. So this floss, this is what I always recommend my patients to get because this gets the work done. So once you get a sizable length, a longer one, I mean, just take a long one so that I can get a good grip. Long one. So you just tie it around one finger on one hand and then the other finger on the other hand so they can get a good grip. I mean, I don't know if you're able to see.
I can really see you play. Yes.
And this is what's going to happen. Once you are able to stick it in between the contact of two teeth, once you are able to go in there, you're going to work on two teeth. So once you're able to go in there like that, you're going to work on the adjacent both teeth. So once you go in, you turn the floss towards one tooth and then up and down the tooth you go. Now, most people, what they do is once they get access like that, then you see them going like that. No, you're not doing nothing. You're not doing nothing. What you have to do is once you get access like that, you go down where the gum is. Make sure you are poking through the gum. So you just, the floss supposed to hit the tooth like that so that you are just dragging it from the top of the tooth all the way down to where the gum is. So any food debris that's stuck inside the gum will be exposed or will just bring them out. Once you finish one side with two, you turn it towards the other side, the adjacent one, and you do the same thing up and down. So you go all the way around till you finish flossing each and every tooth in your mouth. I mean, once you start flossing, of course, sometimes it's hard. You might struggle a little bit when it comes to the posterior. I mean, the back teeth. It's kind of hard. But once you keep doing it, of course, you get it. At the same time, once you start flossing, of course, you see a lot of blood coming out because your gums are inflamed. So once you start flossing, you see a lot of gum, which is okay. After a week or so, you see that the gum, the bleeding will just reduce, small. You see the bleeding will just reduce. You get to a point that you floss and you even see no blood. And that will tell you that your gums are now healthy. If your gums are not healthy, as soon as you start flossing, you see blood oozing out, which is okay. Just keep doing it. After a couple of weeks or whatever, you see that you floss and then you not see no blood. That means your gums are healing. It's getting healthy. Yes. Wow. So that's flossing, which is really, 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 really good.
Very important. Yes. So if you're watching us, this is the One Life G television production. My name is Lord Caliber, and our guest for tonight is our Honorable Dr. Richmond Owusu, aka Dr. O. He's a dental doctor here in the Western region at Glado Dental Clinic. He's a specialist when it comes to oral health. If you're in the Western region or any part of Ghana and you need a dentist for your specialized care, I recommend Dr. O for you, Charlie. He would mention his number before he take a leave of us, but we still learning. He's taught us about the harmful effect of toothpicks, the very basic toothpick that we all know. Charlie is very dangerous. So Dr. O is really
Dangerous.
enlightening us. Yes, and we've talked about the types of brush that he made mention that the smoker's brush or the hard brittle brush, they are also a no. But we can use the medium and the soft type, which are good for us. He also made mention that after every 3 months, we should try as much as possible to change our toothbrush. But if within a month or some few weeks you realize that the new brush you just bought is some kind of like flaring out, it means it's not a good brand and it's not going to help you to a large extent. He also made mention that there is a correlation between the tooth and a possible effects on your cardiovascular system. So if you don't take care of your oral cavity, there are chances are that bacteria might go down there and give you bigger problems. So oral health is very important. Very important.
It is.
Very important. So, Doc, brushing, flossing, what next?
Now, the third one is proper diet.
Proper diet.
Proper diet. So somebody will say, Doc, diet? What does diet have to do with oral hygiene? So, one, when it comes to diet, always try to avoid foods that are high in sugar content. Always try to avoid foods that are high in sugar content. Why am I saying this? So, this is what happens once you take in foods with a lot of sugar. Once you take in sugar, right, there are bacteria in our mouth, right? So once these bacteria act on the sugar, they produce acid. Now, let me take it again. Once you take in sugar, and mind you, if I say sugar, somebody will say, oh, so Doc is talking about candies, toffees, and all that. Not only candies and toffees. Now, even the banku, the cassava, the starchy food that we eat, the end result that ends in our mouth is sugar. The end product is sugar. So don't think that it's only candies and toffees that will produce sugar in your mouth. No. All these carbohydrates, of course, the end product is sugar in our mouth. So what happens is, once you take in this sugar, the bacteria in our mouth, they act on this sugar, and then they produce acid. So once this acid sits on the surface of our tooth or any part of the tooth, they create the cavities. So now I'm telling you how cavities are formed in our mouth, how that holes are formed in our mouth. So you take in sugary foods, then the bacteria in our mouth acts on the sugar, and then they produce acid. And this acid, of course, create the holes in our mouth. That's why we always say that, of course, once you take in any sugary foods like that, me personally, I keep telling patients that you can take candies, chocolates, whatever it is, but once you finish, try to rinse your mouth vigorously with water so that you can clean. You can just wash everything away so that the sugar content will not stay in your mouth. Because when the sugar content stays in your mouth, that's when the bacteria act on it and then they produce the acid. So sugary foods are really not. We should just stay away from sugary foods. Not that stay away. Of course, you can take it, but once you finish taking it, make sure that you're able to clean your mouth properly.
Apply the principles.
Exactly. Second, carbonated drinks. Of course, carbonated drinks are more acidic than non-carbonated drinks. So just like the sugary foods, of course. Now this one, the acid is already in there. So once you take in carbonated drinks, of course, there's acid in there, which basically start messing up your teeth.
Wow.
And I don't know if you know this, but most women tend to use lime. I mean, of course, they drink lime so that they can lose weight. And I keep advising them that, look, lime contains a lot of acid. And this lime can mess up your teeth big time. It can erode your teeth. I mean, the first layer of your teeth. Once you keep taking in lime, it can erode it. It can just wipe the enamel off. And that's when most people get this sensitive teeth. Especially ladies that drinks lime every morning. Oh, doc, I'm taking lime so that I can lose weight and all that. I keep telling them, look, fine. If you want to take it, you can dilute it and all that. But most people drink it too concentrated. I mean, they just take it in the morning before they go to bed. And that's a big mess. I mean, it can mess up your teeth big time. So carbonated drinks are not really, really, really good for us. I mean, you can drink it, but like I said, as soon as you finish taking it, just make sure that you're able to rinse your mouth properly. Yes. Same thing applies to fruit juices. Of course, most fruit juices are acidic. So once taking fruit juices, of course, once you finish taking it, make sure that you're able to, of course, rinse your mouth properly so that the acid content does not stay in your mouth for a long time, where it can mess up your teeth too. So proper diet is really important when it comes to oral hygiene. If you really want to have good oral hygiene to prevent cavities and all that, to prevent wearing of the enamel, which is the first layer of the tooth, then you have to make sure that, of course, the kind of foods that you take, acidic foods, sugary foods, you have to watch out for it. So that's the diet. Any questions?
Yes. Doc, there is a great, I don't know if I should say misconception or notion. When you were talking about the brushing, I should have asked that question. And it's in relation with the paste we put on the brush that we use. So now we are not talking about a particular brand of toothpaste, but usually we see this, markings engraved. Yes.
The color
Now
coded
we can see green here, and this is black. There's a school of thought that these colors indicates the chemical composites of the paste. If it is green, what I know is if it is green, probably it means that it was made from plants and it is somehow safe for us to use. If it is black or red, then it means that it contains a high amount of chemical that might be hazardous to our human system. How true is this notion, sir?
Okay. I mean, I get this question all the time. I'm glad that you asked this question. I get this question all the time, which I can tell you on authority that this have nothing to do with chemicals or anything like that. Nothing at all to do with anything, no chemicals. Now, let me read something from Colgate. From Colgate. Let me read something from Colgate so that this misconception will just be. Now, this came from Colgate, and we all know Colgate, of course. When it comes to toothpaste, toothbrushes, they are really in the market. So let me read something. They said, the internet is home to lots. Let me start again. The internet is home to lots of useful and valuable information. However, it is also highly susceptible to false information and widely spread fabricated misinformation. One house that has surfaced has to do with the colorful markings you see on the bottoms of toothpaste tubes, referred to as the toothpaste color code. Social media posts and internet articles about the subject insist that the colors on the toothpaste tube reveal what the ingredients in the toothpaste actually are. As much as we love cracking secret codes, this one actually has nothing to crack because it's entirely untrue. Let me say it again. As much as we love cracking secret codes, this one actually has nothing to crack because it's entirely untrue. These markings have nothing to do with the ingredients in the toothpaste. As it turns out, they mean something else entirely. Now, if you really want to know the ingredients in the toothpaste, of course, once you are buying the toothpaste, look at the box. There's an area that says ingredients. All the ingredients in the toothpaste is on there. So if you really want to know the ingredients in the toothpaste, just take a look at the box and you see that there's a portion that says the ingredients. You will see all the
right.
ingredients still. So that color coding thing, the code had nothing to do with any chemical or anything like that. No, it's a big house. I mean, just people should not pay attention to that at all. It had nothing to do with any chemicals in the toothpaste or anything like that. Yes.
Wow. All right. Thank you so much, Doc, for helping us with that, clearing that misconception. I think people watching or at any point in time, if anybody gets in contact to this video, they would learn from your submission. And I think the information is out there. They could research on their own further to also understand basically what all this is about. My name is Lord Caliber, and our honorable guest today is Dr. Richmond Owusu. He's a dental doctor, and Charlie, so many things have been revealed today. I've learned a lot. I'm learning a lot. I keep learning each and every time resource persons like this come on board. We are learning about oral hygiene. Oral hygiene. For you to smile, for you to chew, all depends on how best you can keep this oral cavity that God has given you. So, Doc, brushing, we've conquered. Flossing, yes.
We've conquered.
Diet.
Yes.
My question before you move to your next subject is cold water or cold drinks advisable or good for the teeth?
Okay. So people, I like the questions that you are raising are coming up because these are some of the questions that people ask me all the time. I mean, cold water have nothing to do with anything at all. I mean, have no effect on the tooth at all. Now, the problem is people chewing on ice. That's the problem. And why is that even a problem? It's just a problem because it can fracture your tooth or your teeth once you keep chewing on ice. Taking cold water has nothing to do with your teeth or mess up your teeth or anything like that. No, there's nothing in the literature that says that. Just that once you chew on ice, of course, the possibility of you fracturing your tooth or your teeth is high. It can happen.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So, I mean, cold water, I mean, I love cold water. Once I finish eating, of course, I'm taking cold water. If not, I can't.
Okay. All right. So, on diets, are there also any? You've made mention of the sugary and acidic foods. Are there any other foods that we should be mindful of when we think of oral hygiene?
Okay.
Any food that would better help? Yes.
Yes. Okay. So crispy foods. Crispy foods. If I say crispy, talking about potato chips, plantain chips, and all that. Yes, those crispy food. Now, why am I saying that? Once you chew these kind of foods, the possibility of it stacking in between or stacking in the grooves on the surface of your teeth is high. So sometimes once you finish chewing crispy potato chips or something like that, you see that it gets stuck on the surface of your teeth, and it can stay there for some time. So if you are not able to properly clean this off, that means, of course, you are harboring something there and it can cause cavity once you stay there for some time. So these crispy foods, of course, sometimes we advise that once you finish eating them, you brush your teeth so that you can remove anything that's stuck in the grooves on the surface of the teeth. Because you know we have grooves on the surface of the teeth, right? Of course, we have grooves on the surface of the teeth, yes. Especially the back ones. Especially the back ones, of course.
Yeah.
The back ones. So once it gets stuck over there, of course, it might not be able to come out easily. So it's better for you to brush it off so that you can get rid of it. If not, once you stay like that for a long time, it can cause cavity formation. Yes. So crispy foods, yes.
All right. Okay. So now after dieting, what next? As we are getting to the end of the program though, what next?
Okay.
What next?
So
brushing,
the next one
flossing,
is rinsing your mouth.
Diet.
Now, the next one is rinsing your mouth. Rinsing. Okay. If I say rinsing, of course, I'm talking about mouthwash, the mouthwashes that we use. Of course, mouthwashes are important. It's really mouthwash is important because, of course, once you are a regular somebody who rinses your mouth after brushing, of course, you go extra mile with keeping your mouth clean, of course, because regular mouthwashes helps to keep the mouth clean, fresh, and germ-free. At the same time, I always advise people that once you are buying a mouthwash, make sure you don't buy alcohol, one with alcohol content in there. Because we have some mouthwashes that contains alcohol. Because those ones, once you use those alcohol ones, it promotes dry mouth. And once you have dry mouth, the possibility of you having cavities is high. So now, for my patients, I don't advise them to buy mouthwashes that contains alcohol. You know, sometimes you put some mouthwash in your mouth and then it goes like, whoosh, whoosh. Of course, it's painful, but there's alcohol in there. So they are not advisable. As soon as you spit out, it keeps your mouth dry. And of course, dry mouth is not good because it can promote cavities. So yes, people should watch out once they're buying mouthwashes. They should not go for the ones that contains alcohol in there. Yes. I don't know about this part of the world. If, of course, our mouthwashes contain fluoride, for the most part, most of them no. But it's always advisable to get mouthwashes that contains fluoride. Like I told you, fluoride is a good chemical that protects the surface of our teeth. It gives it the extra mile, or it takes the extra mile protecting our teeth from cavity formation. So if you can get fluoride, I mean, mouthwashes that contain fluoride, that's perfect.
Fluoride is good.
That's very perfect. Another point, anytime you get your mouthwash, please go through the manufacturer's instructions. Most people don't like reading instructions on things, but I would advise that once you get a mouthwash, make sure that you go through the instructions that the manufacturer is stating on there, because they are showing you how to use it. Because most people, they buy it and then they go and then blah, 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 they just, just like that. Yes. And one thing too, most people don't know how to use mouthwashes. Honestly, they'll go and buy it, they put in your mouth, and then now this is let me take this opportunity to school people. Let's say you wake up in the morning, you finish brushing your teeth. Okay.
Yeah.
After rinsing your mouth with water, then of course you put, I'm talking about now, you're done with rinsing your mouth, the toothpaste, everything is out. So you pour a little bit of the mouthwash in the cup and then you put it in your mouth. Most people, once they put it in your mouth, as soon as they put it in your mouth, they spit out. No. Make sure that it stay in there for at least a minute or two. So once you put the mouthwash in your mouth, make sure that it stays in for like a minute or two. After that, you spit out. Once you spit out, please don't rinse your mouth with water. No. Once you spit the mouthwash out, don't rinse your mouth with water. Once you put water back in your mouth, that means you are defeating the whole purpose, because everything is coming out with water.
The mouthwash.
Exactly. So once you put the mouthwash in your mouth for a minute or two and you spit out, you're not going to take in any liquid foods or liquid drinks for the next maybe 15 or 20 minutes. You can eat solid foods, all right, but you can't take in any liquid drinks for the next maybe 15 or 20 minutes. Wow. So you do the same thing before you go to bed. Before you go to bed, once you finish brushing, of course, you put your mouthwash in your mouth, a minute or two, you spit out, and then you go straight to bed. You don't rinse it out with water. So that's the, most people always, they don't get it right. They do it wrong. They put a mouthwash in their mouth. Once they spit out, then they go in there with water just to clean everything out. I mean, you're defeating the whole purpose. I mean, nothing is done. You're doing nothing.
We are totally lost in this part of our world. I mean, from this level of education, I'm sure people are assessing themselves and listening to all that you are saying that they do on the regular, and we all know that Charlie,
Exactly.
Yes.
Now,
yes.
but let me chip in.
All right, come in.
I was going to chip in something because it's not part of the list, but it's really important.
Okay, go on. Right.
Now, cigarettes and smokeless tobacco. Cigarettes and smokeless tobacco is really dangerous. I mean, talk about oral health. Cigarettes and smokeless tobacco are really dangerous when it comes to oral health. Why am I saying this? Smokeless tobaccos can easily cause oral cancer. Easily. Same thing for cigarettes. I mean, most oral cancers are from these things. I mean, once you go to the hospital and you see their what you call it, their records and all that. Most oral cancers most patients with oral cancers, of course, they can tell you that they have history of smoking and all that, and chewing smokeless tobaccos and all that. So I'm really particular about that. I always have to advise my patients, I mean, if they smoke or if they chew smokeless tobacco, just to stay off, because it's really, really, really. I recall last week, just this last week, I had a patient, and he'd been smoking for years, for like 30, because he said he started smoking at the age of 14.
Wow.
And now we did the exams and we saw signs of, but I didn't want him to, so I was trying to just go by in a wise way, because what we saw in his mouth, I mean, the tongue was, I mean, it seems like, of course, something is coming up, and then it's been there for a long time. Because if it was a normal ulcer is a week, but I mean, at most 2 weeks, the ulcer will just go away. But if it's something that's a little bit cancerous, it stays there for some time and it keeps expanding, getting bigger. So when I saw that, I told him that once he comes back, we'll do a thorough exams, and then if I have to refer him, I will refer him, because whatever I saw there, it's not good. It's not looking good. And he's been smoking for years.
Wow.
So cigarettes and smokeless tobaccos is really, 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 you have to stay off, because it can really cause damage to oral health. And for example, is the cancer that we'll get.
Yeah. Doctor, let me ask you this too.
Sure.
In the entertainment field, when our brothers and sisters make money, they tend to brand their teeth with grills or diamonds and all that. Does it have any health implication to that? Is there any health implication related to that?
No, not really. Now, the reason I'm saying not really is only if you can keep those things clean. Only if you can keep them clean, then fine. But if you can't keep them clean, then of course, it's going to cause a whole lot of damage. Yes, a whole lot of damage, because some years back, of course, when I was back in the States, we heard some news that most of these rappers and all that, once they get to a point that, of course, they were suffering, so they have to take them out, because it was messing them up. I mean, you can't put on grills and not keep your oral hygiene on point, period. You can't, put in grills and all that and not, keep a good oral hygiene, because it's going to mess up your whole oral health. You're going to just mess it up, yes. So once they are doing proper oral hygiene, then that's fine. Of course, that's fine. But if they can't, then that's a big problem. Yes, it's a big problem.
Wow. Charlie, really, I've learned so many new things at my age, and thanks to Dr. Richmond for Charlie this inspiring and enlightening session that he's had with us. Doc, so
yes,
what next after all these necessary steps of brushing, flossing, dieting, rinsing with the last point? Yes, with mouthwash. Yes.
So now this is the last point that we're about to talk about, and that is close to my heart. That's the most important part. The last point is regular dental checkups.
That's what we never want to do.
Regular dental checkups. Most Ghanaians, of course, they don't know what this thing is about, regular dental checkups. If you tell somebody to go for dental checkup, they'll look at you funny, and they'll tell you that, oh, but I don't have no problems. Why do I have to go and see a dentist for a checkup? But regular dental checkups are really, really important. Why am I saying this? Now, we always encourage that twice a year, every 6 months, you go for a checkup and cleaning every 6 months. Now, let me give you a little scenario. Let's say you, Ima, you go to the dentist every 6 months for checkup and cleaning. So in this case, anytime that you go, the dentist will check all your 30 tools to make sure that everything is okay. If there's something wrong, or if something new is forming or coming about, he will alert you and then you fix it. In that case, the amount of money that you spend to fix that issue is always low, because you caught it from the beginning stages and then you are fixing it. Now, I'm the second patient. I don't go to the dentist. I only go to the dentist when there's a problem. So in my case, I go to the dentist because there's an issue. Once I go, the money that I was spent to solve that issue is always high because when the issue started, I didn't see it. Now it got to that point that the dentist have to do a whole lot just to save that tooth. So it's going to cost me a whole lot of money to save that one tooth or whatever tooth that we're talking about. Compared to you that you always go. So when the thing started, the dentist was able to see it from the beginning stages and then he fixed it. You don't pay that much money. But in my case, I don't go to the dentist. I always go over there when there's a problem. So of course, I'm going to pay a whole lot of money to solve that issue. Talking about, let's say there's pain in my tooth and I go. The doctor will give me two options. Only if my tooth is strong, if it's not mobile. So I get up in the morning, I have a swollen cheek, my tooth is paining me, I rush to the dentist, and I got there and the dentist, after the exam, said, oh, Richmond, there's a hole in your tooth, which is so deep that it's touching the nerve. That's why there's infection, and that's why there's pain. In order to save this tooth, now you have two options. You can save the tooth, you can keep it, or you have to take it out. Now, that's what happens with the regular Ghanaian. Once you get to that stage and the dentist explains to you the cost involved, I mean, of course, it's expensive to save a tooth with a cavity like that inside because there's pain. You have to do something called root canal, do a build-up, and then put a crown, a cap on top of that tooth just to save one tooth. You're talking about thousands of cedis to save one tooth. So after the doctor explained everything to the patient, of course, most patients, they won't be able to afford. So now they have to fall back to the second option, which is extraction. So now my question is, let's say every year, every 2 years, you have the same experience, there's pain, and you go to the dentist, and they give you two options, and you don't have money to save it, what's going to happen? So every time you're going to do extraction, you're going to take the teeth out. So imagine a couple of years down the road, you're going to miss all your teeth will be out.
You are young, but you will look very old.
Exactly. That's the issue that we are facing here in this country. Most people don't go for regular dental checkups to get to know the status of their oral health. So they'll stay there for something bad to happen. And once they get to the dentist, because the problem has got to that stage, they won't be able to pay for that treatment. So they have to take the other option, which is extraction, taking the tooth out. And if this keeps happening, I mean, look, 10 years down the road, of course, you're going to extract a whole lot of teeth. And that's not best for it's just not the best. It's not the best practice. So that's why I always encourage that people should get in the habit of visiting the dentist every 6 months, just for checkup and cleaning. Checkup and cleaning. Of course, once you do that, you are always on point. You are always on point. And if anything new is happening, the dentist will see it from the beginning stages, and then they'll fix it. But most people, my people, of course, we won't go to the dentist until there's a major problem. And one thing that I've not noticed too, Ima, with the regular Ghanaian, when there's a problem and they are going to the dentist, and this is all because the awareness is not up there. Once they are going to the dentist, the thing at the back of their mind is that they are going to extract their tooth because they don't know what to expect. Most people don't know that, of course, you can save the tooth, even if there's a huge cavity with pain inside. Most people don't know that it can still be saved. So at the back of their mind, once they're going to the hospital or clinic, they say, oh, I'm going to take my teeth or my tooth out. So my thing is, once you get to the hospital and you tell the doctor that, oh, I'm coming to do extraction, excuse me to say, if you don't go to the right place, as soon as you mention that, they won't ask you anything. They'll just start, they'll dig in and then boom, they'll take it out. But it shouldn't be like that. My thing is, anytime a patient walks to the clinic with pain or anything like that, it's up to us to explain to them the treatment options that they have. But most doctors, most dentists don't do that. As soon as you get there, they just dig in and then they take the tooth out. No, that's the wrong move. You can't practice like that. But most people are still doing that. We always have to explain to the patient. We have to give the patient the treatment options. If the tooth can be saved, we have to explain to the patient and let them know that, oh, of course, this tooth, even though you have caca or whatever inside, it can still be saved. But this is the amount involved and all that. So once the patient is not able to afford, then you know that as the medical person, you give the person your professional advice. You put all the treatment plans on the floor, on the table for the patient to pick. But it's up to the patient to pick whatever they want to do in terms, because somebody can afford, somebody cannot afford. So if they can afford and want to do extraction, then that's fine. But we have to always give them the benefit of the doubt. We have to explain to them, give them the treatment options so that they can just pick the one they want to go about. Yes. Yeah. So dental checkups really important.
Very
really,
important.
really, really important. Yes.
Doc, thank you so much for tonight. Thank you for the great time you've had for us. Thank you for the patience. Thank you for the love. Thank you for this quantum of depth of information that you've downloaded in our brains. I know from now to whenever God calls us, our oral cavity, our teeth will never be the same again. And I'm sure, and I'm very sure that we will change our old abusive way of treating our teeth to a more enlightened stage of pampering our teeth, not brushing aggressively, taking our time, flossing, brushing in a circular motion, using the right tools, resisting from using toothpicks, using the right threads, using the right procedures and methods, brushing 2 times a day, in the morning and in the evening. Bearing in mind that the bacteria in our mouth can end up giving us serious healthcare issues, which are even far removed from our oral cavity. And most importantly, try and come in for checkups at least 2 times a year at Glado Dental Clinic, right here in the Western region. I know there's a lot of places to go, but from where we get the right source and the right treatment, I'm recommending Glado. So yes, I know quality is the best. So Doc, your last words before you take leave of us.
Okay. So like you just said, I always encourage people. Of course, I know when it comes to oral health awareness, we are lacking in this side of the world. But small, of course, we are coming out with ways that we can transform most people. So for some of us, what we are doing is from time to time, we do health talk. I mean, we go to different companies, schools, churches, just to give health talk, so that the awareness will be out there. Because honestly, oral health awareness, we are lacking as a country. I mean, we are really, really lacking as a country. Most people don't know what to expect when it comes to the oral health issues. So I think getting on with this, I mean, for Western region, of course, some of us are here and we are dedicating our life just to educate people. So we continue to just provide awareness, the talk shows and all that, so that the awareness will be out there. But please, I'm urging most people, I mean, if you're listening to me right now, please get into the habit of just visiting the dentist twice a year, just for checkup and cleaning. In this case, once you know your oral health status is always on point. It's better than not knowing at all. So please, just get into the habit, visit the dentist twice a year, so that, of course, your oral health will be on point. Yes. And if you have any questions, anything at all, of course, Iman will just put my number out there, and then you guys can call me anytime. Any questions that you may have, don't hesitate. You can call me anytime of the day, and I'll be glad to just answer all your calls. Yes.
All right. But would you mind if you put your office number out there, or if there's an email or any contact that the public can access you directly to?
Sure. I can put it out here if it's okay. I can put it.
No, yes. Why not? Yes.
Okay.
So if you have your number, you can just mention it out and.
Okay. So first of all, let me give you the location of our clinic and all that.
Right.
So we are called Glado Dental Clinic. Glado Dental Clinic with a GLADO Dental Clinic, and we are located at Anaji Queen of Peace Junction, right adjacent to the Anaji Police Station. So once you hit the Anaji Police Station or the Queen of Peace Junction, where the school is, of course, you see the soundboard over there. And for us, it's all about quality work. Of course, like Ima said, you have a lot of dental clinics in the city. But
Exactly.
see, the thing is, it's all about quality work. I keep saying
Quality.
this, of course, we are all dentists, but our backgrounds are not the same. The practice that we receive are not the same. We work differently. So if you don't know where to go, sometimes it's a problem. And at the same time, too, when it comes to dentistry, even medical, anywhere, pricing is not the same. Of course, people are using quality materials, people are using substandard. So it's up to you wherever you go. I mean, sometimes I prefer that people who do their research well, go online, read reviews and all that. And that one will tell you, I mean, whatever you are getting. So for us, I always say that, okay, if you don't even take it from me, just go online, read the reviews that people, I mean, the reviews about us, and then of course, if that encourages you, you can always come to us. But for us,
Absolutely.
it's all about quality work for us because we know where we are coming from and we know what we can give to
Exactly.
people. So we always encourage that people will just stop by Glado so they can get quality work from us. Our number
Exactly.
from our office number is 020
Zero two zero
1414498.
one
Zero
four one
two
four four one
zero
nine.
1414498. Anytime that you
Great.
call, I mean during office hours, of course, we will just answer you. And the same number, you can hit us up on WhatsApp on the same number, which is zero two
Sure.
zero 1414498. Anytime that you call, you WhatsApp us, of course, we'll be glad to answer you. Yes.
Yes, 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 yes. So as doctor just said, anytime they are ready to support and help you with your dental health issues, doctor, thank you so much once again for
You're
being with
welcome,
us.
man.
Thank you for educating us. Thank you for rewiring our brains and minds with the right information because we've been lost for so long. And I know personally there are things I'm really going to change with regards to my teeth, my oral health, and that's for my family too. So salute to you and thank you for the good job that you are doing. So we link up
You're welcome.
again. I say God bless your work
Sure.
and God bless all that
Thank
you
you.
are doing.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much, sir.
Thank
God
you.
bless you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right. Bye.
All right. So this is a one live jet television. My name is Lord Caliber, and we have this amazing Dr. Richmond Owusu, aka Dr. O, and Charlie. He's educated us on a whole different level when with regards to our oral health. Watch this video again at any point in time if you want to share it, learn from it, benefit from it, connect it to your friends and your families, and Charlie, have a good and a perfect smile. My name again is Lord Caliber, and we'll be with you tomorrow with yet another intriguing and interesting subject topic on this channel. God bless you for being with us, and God bless all those who join us in their comments and their messages. We say, God bless you all. So tomorrow we link up again on our religious segment. We are checking in. What is Islam? Is it all about war and violence? Is it all about 5 times prayer? Is it all about the hijab wearing? We want to delve deep into the subject and learn what this faith system is all about. My name is Lord Kaliba, and as I always say, when I say Kabe, you say Ane, and together we shout, Here. Thank you for joining us. God bless.